Okay, this is just a full test run. I don't know what this shot looks like. I don't want to keep checking things forever. This audio is not going to be the same as if I had a microphone set up. I'm doing this now because if I don't do it now, I will never do it. I know the last thing anybody needs is another podcast. And I honestly don't expect anybody to listen to this or watch this. So I don't really care that I look so terrible. I'm doing this mostly for myself, just to have a thing that I'm doing. This is something that I used to do. I used to do stand-up. I used to have a podcast and be a guest on podcasts, and I was good at both of those things. I made money doing those things. People liked it. So talking shit, trying to be interesting. Well, that's not true. That's something I need to work on, is making it an attempt to be interesting or relatable. I've always kind of done the opposite, where I just go blah, blah, vomit a bunch of things at people. It worked, but who knows? I really lost that part of my mojo. Because I got married and became a mom, which is why my face looks like this. There's a fly in my house, more blown out and what the fuck? And tired now, and I feel more jacked up now than I did in all my years of drinking and partying and whoring around. And I did the literal version of that too, not just I'm just hooking up with so many guys. I was, got paid to hook up with so many guys. This is too hot. Just read it. That's a great thing about being a mom and a full-time stay-at-home mom with no help. I mean, my husband helps when he comes home, but I'm talking about pretty much all day. You're looking at the main bitch, and I don't really have time to do anything for me. But on that list of things for me would be drinking a cup of coffee when it's a nice temperature. The only time that gets done is if I wake up 2 hours before the sun comes up. So the time I really get anything done that I'm going to do. I look like the sun is up. I just woke up. I look like this because I have 2 animals, and the baby fell asleep around 11:30 last night. Our schedule's off because we were in California, and then as soon as she went to sleep, the dog's got to pee, the cat wants to play, he's meowing, he's caterwauling around the house. It's madness. By the time all the animals were settled and shutting the fuck up, it was 2 in the morning. I lay down. My baby wakes up at 4 in the morning screaming for a bottle. So that I'm up with her. She's having a night terror that lasted for an hour, off and on. It was she was in and out of this. And then she goes to sleep, and then I fall asleep on her floor, and then I wake up 30 minutes later because the cat's clawing at my face because he wants to eat. I feed him, lay down, dog eat, dog pee, lay down, cat needs to go outside. And he doesn't just go oh, I'll just go in the cat box. He meows so fucking loudly and wakes the whole house up. And then anyway, it's tweaker sleep. I'm having the sleep that I get is 90% of it is tweaker sleep, which is where you're not really sleeping, you're just kind of up. This is how it feels to be coked up and out. I'm having that, but I was gonna say I'm not blowing all my money on drugs, but that's not true. I'm blowing money, but on stupid bullshit I see on Amazon. Or when I do leave the house with her to go do stuff, once I'm out, like went to Target to get 2 things, it's like, oh, this is, going to the store used to be like, oh, I have a very full life where I'm doing lots of things. The store is something that you just do on your way to a thing. Oh, I'll stop by real quick and pick up toilet paper. Oh, we need milk. Let's go get milk. And milk is something that I never bought, but now that's like, we need it all the time in the house for the baby. She's a toddler, she's a kid, but I like to call her a baby. But now the store is the thing that I'm doing. I was so judgy before I became a mom, and no, that's not true. I wouldn't like see someone with lipstick on at the grocery store and be like, "That's fucking hooker. You try to get laid in the produce aisle, yeah? Why don't you pick up a cucumber? It'd be a lot easier." I wasn't like that. I wasn't judgy, but I would just be like, "Oh, people are like dressed up," and I would look kind of schlubby dressed down all day, but like a purposeful dress down, because at night I was performing between all 3 of my jobs. At night I was performing in one way or the other. Well, I guess 2 jobs. Well, no, if you work retail, there's a performance because no one's like happy to see you, or like really excited about your cheese selection. So that's also a performance. But you're on stage, you're recording a podcast, mostly with stand-up at nighttime, you're on stage. Or if you're having a date night, you're dressed up, and that's also performance. So every night I would have my day and then nap, and then the second half of the performance half of my day would start, and that would be around 5 or 6. So you're like getting dressed up for that, hair, makeup, outfit, shoes, the whole thing. And I was doing this when I was in Manhattan, darling. But it was actually, I'm trying to like make fun of it, but it was actually like pretty cool. Anyway, so going to the store, I would go to the store in something like this and probably look hungover, but I would wear some kind of like, a non-prescription glasses with a lip plumper and some kind of like an expensive hat to let people know like I look like shit, but I'm actually supposed to be on the island. But now the store is the show. And it's also the thing we're doing that day. Leaving the house with a toddler, and maybe some people are like, oh, we go out, we leave the house, we do 4 or 5 things a day. That's not me. I'm not like that with myself. So while I'm not dropping a couple G's, that's what we called them back in the day, G's, money, on cocaine, I am walking around like a zombie in Target, just like, do we need more refrigerator magnet clips? In the basket. Ooh, no sticky notes in the basket. Oh, look at this light up star we could put up for all different holidays in the basket. I'm just buying a bunch of dumb shit that I don't need. Anyway, okay, this is too long already. This I might put this out. What the fuck do I care? This is the other reason I'm doing this. I don't have anyone to talk to. And my poor husband works 7 days a week, pretty much all day. Comes home and he's tired, and he is in a retail job. He's a business owner, but he's also customer facing a lot of the time. So he's dealing with bullshit all day long. And the last thing, and I wake up, I wake up tired and shaking. As soon as I wake up, I'm like ready for a nap. But I also need to get all this stuff out of my body and like brain and mouth. I feel like I want to wake up the first part of the day, have coffee, go for a walk, and just go fuck, motherfucker, Jesus fucking Christ, you cunt, fucking to get it out of my system, because then all day I'm with my toddler child, and I want to be like calm, and because all day you're doing things like I'm trying to instill a sense of calm in her, and I think it's working. But it just you just are coming from a place of restraint. And don't get me wrong, I love it. I really do. I love being a mom. This sounds so cheesy. This is every mom's disclaimer, by the way. I know every mom is like, I want to kill myself. I'm so tired. I'm so mad. Everything's a mess. I lost my personal sense of self. I feel, but being a mom is just the best. And you're always like, okay, but now that I'm doing it, it's like, oh, it is the best. I get excited to see. I like watch her on a camera all night, and then I'm like excited to hang out with her all day. She's fucking cool. And being a mom is like the most awesome thing I've done. And I've done pretty good drugs in pretty nice places. That could be that's the thing. That could be a joke. If I was doing stand-up, I could like write things down and workshop them, and go out with my peers or people that are younger than I am. If I'm being honest, I'm 42. I'll be 43 next month. But yeah, I don't have any kind of outlet, and everybody is different. They have different styles of operating, like modus operandi, different MOs. I really like to talk and be around people, and this though is a substitute, and I'm purposely not doing front-facing camera because that is psychotic behavior. I don't want to get into the whole thing. I've been off social media for since I found out I was pregnant with a viable pregnancy. So 2 years? Yeah, it's been almost 2 years I've been just off social media. And it's really, really, really nice. Really nice. I don't want to look at videos of myself. I don't want to edit them. This is going to go up as is. And who knows, down the road I might edit, but honestly, probably not. That's why the bio, the tagline for the show, it's not like a tongue-in-cheek way. It's not like... So the tagline for the show is a poorly produced podcast from a sleep-deprived mom. And that's what it is. It's not... I'm not saying that and then working really hard to make it look cool. It's not like a tongue-in-cheek thing where where people will and I'm gonna call it, because it's mostly women, I guess guys too, but it's mostly chicks who do this. And I've done it before, but it's when they will wake up and shower and makeup and do their hair, or at least put makeup on, but you make an effort to kind of look schlubby. What am I saying? I just said that a couple minutes ago. I'm so out of it. I used to do this. So right now I actually look terrible. There was a time where I would want to look oh, I woke up like this, but you woke up and did things to your face, and now you look like this. You woke up redacted, and now you look like this. But that's not what the tagline of the podcast is. It's not like a cheeky, poorly produced podcast. Wink, wink, connection. This is the show is not good. It's not good. I'm gonna put this up just like this. I don't know if I'll put it on YouTube because it's a lot of cursing. I have a YouTube page for it. And I don't know how this audio is going to sound. I may just put this out. What was I saying? This is the pilot, so this is when you really want to explain everything. Why am I doing this? I need friends. No, that's not, well, Freudian stuff, I do need friends. That's not why I'm doing this. This is not a way to make friends, by the way. If you're hey, I'm really trying to connect with people, what should I do? The answer is not start a podcast from your kitchen in the morning where you speak nonsensically and it's mostly just complaining. And also make sure you look fucking terrible. No makeup, bad lighting. Don't put up a ring light, and don't check your shot while you're doing it. What I'm doing is not how to make friends, but I do. I have friends. I just need to hang out. And I have to tell them hey, there's a baby. She's old enough to eat regular food now, so I'm starting to go back out and run and do things. what was I going to say? I'm doing this because I need to practice talking. As you taught, always had a difficult time talking, which works. If you're in the practice of following your own train of thought all over the place. I believe the president calls it the weave. I'm not political. I don't. Sorry, that's not me. I don't really give a shit. I am bipolar. I run mostly manic. I'm not going to go into a bit. It's online, I believe. It's an old bit, but like that's the other thing. This sleep schedule and also the constant dopamine and serotonin flooding my body from not only pregnancy, giving birth, nursing, motherhood in general, but hanging out with my daughter. And my life is honestly the coolest. My husband's rad, my kid's cool, my life rules. And so even when I can't sleep, it's hard to sleep because I'm buzzing. Because every day I spend with my daughter and we make it through the day, it's such an accomplishment and it feels so good. And every day she's learning and changing and growing, and it's the craziest, most intense drug sensation I've ever had as far as feeling good, and the chemical dump throughout the day. So that mixed with the crazy sleep patterns, I'm in like a state of hypomania most of the time, and then that leads to like a crash, and I mostly just get like sad-ish, but it's honestly it's just where I'll just all of a sudden be like, I gotta sleep where I am right now, which is again like coming down off cocaine. A lot of similarities. I think I saw a meme with like babies and cocaine and the similarities, so I don't want to rip that off unintentionally. So I'm doing this to practice talking, and also so I don't bum my husband out, because I feel like all I do is wake up and scream in his face. I promise I'm going to try to get things more cohesive. I do have a running list of topics and ideas. But if you overthink things, at least for me, I will overthink things to the point that I just don't do them, because I'm like, oh, it's got to be perfect. Especially with something that I care about like this. It's something that I know I can do well but who has the fucking time? To read a book. I have a little treadmill under the couch. I love exercise. Like it's difficult. I was so judgy. Mildly judgy. Again, I wasn't like, this fucking moms need to get their fat asses to work and read a book. And stop putting lipstick on at the grocery store. That's not, but it's not judgy. What's the word I'm looking for? Like I had a superiority complex about like, well, if I was in that situation, I would just do this. I would just make time. You're not going to find time. You've got to make time. And it's so easy to say that when you're single and living alone. Even I would say if you're married, even if you don't have a kid, once you have a kid, you're like, oh, now I really don't have time to myself. Now I really don't have time to sleep. Now I really, because you can't just have an idea and then say, okay, I'm going to start doing this thing and I need to dedicate 1 hour a day to it, whatever that might be. A project, a passion thing, a fucking exercise, cleaning your house, your apartment, whatever it is you want to do. Or you like, I just 1 hour a day. If you don't have a kid, you can carve out 1 hour a day, even if you break it up into little fragments. It's possible. It's doable. And if you're a little bit tired, it's okay, because you being tired, you can kind of be a little bit out of it. As a mom, staying home with a baby all day, you got to be so hyper-focused, because you look away for 2 seconds. At least my kid, maybe you have a kid who like just kind of sits and reads a book. My daughter, like, I love it. I love it, because it's like, oh, this is like a cool person to hang out with. But if you're trying to like, I don't know, not stare at her all day, every day, and like, go to the bathroom, or like look at your shoe, or like, I swear, looking at a tree branch the other day in the backyard, thinking like, oh, this is dead, we should cut this off. And I looked away for like, I don't know, 30 seconds, and she's like fully screaming. She'd fallen. Not like, that's the other thing, people like childproof your house. It's like, what, so childproof my house, live in an anti-gravity place. She's just runs and falls on her own legs. She was fine, but it's like, oh, you have to be like hyper vigilant all the time. So I just realized this is so dumb. I've been looking here, turning my face kind of this way. This is actually my good side, and I'm aware that right now no sides are good. Probably this side. This probably is not good. As you can hear. Anyway, I've been turning this way, so I apologize. I'm also gonna work on my angles. I'll be more weird next time. I literally just woke up and, because I'm like, oh, I need a quiet place. I don't want my husband to hear me. Because it's like, no, this is not, I'm trying to go with the flow of life and do what I want with the flow. This is what's available to me. Recording on my iPad and then talking into my AirPods and recording a voice memo on my phone at kind of a whisper. Whatever. Who knows? Maybe this will be helpful. Maybe this will lead to more psychosis. I guess the overall thing is this show is bad. I'm super out of it. That's the title. Hello. I think I've said it like 3 times. I'm doing this mostly for myself. If you're watching, hi, thank you. If you're a parent, hang in there. It's rough. It's fun, but it's rough. If you're not a parent and you have an idea and you want to do something, or you just want to like take a nap, fucking do it. Do it. Please. Read a book, take a nap, go for a walk. Stare at a dead pre-branch? Stare at a dead pre-branch for us. I gotta stop. This coffee's already cold. Okay. Yeah. All right, I gotta go. I will edit the end of this so that it like ends at an appropriate time and it's not this kind of drip. Oh. I'll cut it off right before the fart. Okay. You're great. Bye.